Hello gamers and gamettes, what is going on? My name is Keysworn and some of you may know me as Tanek127 Gaming, and welcome back to another video. And guys, in today's video I want to talk to y'all just about the Nintendo Switch 2 and a certain special action RPG that holds a dear place in my heart and why I think it's the best option for you on Switch 2 right now. However, if you guys want to stay up to date on all things Nintendo, Switch, and Switch 2, make sure you are liking today's video, subscribing to the channel if you are new, and let's go ahead and get on into today's topic. So, the Switch 2 has been with us for a couple weeks now, and honestly guys, I'm really enjoying the system. I know there's some controversial takes about the console out there and stuff like that. $80 games, $80 controllers and all that kind of crazy stuff. By the way, sponsored plug right here. Check out EasySMX. Their DO5 controller is a probe controller you can get on your Switch or Switch 2 for half of the price and all the same features and Hall effect sticks, so you don't have to worry about drift. Check it out at my Amazon storefront. And I also have it linked right here in the video where you guys can check out for yourselves. But anyway, the point of today's video is the best action RPG right now you can play on the Nintendo Switch 2. Now, this is a Switch 1 game, so if you're a Switch 1 owner, you can play this. But the reason I'm aiming this more for Switch 2 players is because I'm kind of talking to future-proof things for, for the console of the future. Like, eventually, support for the Switch 1 will cease and stuff like that, and Switch 2 will be the main console. However, as if you look at things right now, we don't have No Rest for the Wicked because, they're just still focusing on early access with PC and blah, blah, blah. God knows when consoles will get it. We don't even have confirmation of a Switch release yet. Updates for Path of Exile 2 are moving ungodly slow, and I'm talking super slow. Path of Exile 2 is probably the only RPG in the world I know of that doesn't have swords in it yet. Alright, that's how slow those updates are moving. No offense, it's an amazing game, but good lord. So that coming to Switch 2, if they ever plan to, that will probably take a while. And Diablo 4, well, when it comes to Microsoft and them owning Activision Blizzard, and let's face it, Xbox nowadays, they favor every single console but their own. I wouldn't be surprised if Diablo 4 ends up on Switch 2 sooner rather than later. So you know what? That one you can probably expect sometime in the near future, knowing Xbox. But anyway, the best recommendation I have for an action RPG right now is Torchlight 3. Now, in all fairness, for those who are real diehard Torchlight fans, you can also go with the option of Torchlight 2. But I'm going to give you guys the reason I personally recommend Torchlight 3. Because Torchlight 3 was designed with that, that more futuristic ARPG mindset in mind. For example, it has the social hub built towns, a endgame, that's based on random generated dungeons and stuff like that. Now, the thing that sucks about Torchlight 3 is support for it was ended early. And, that's a terrible, terrible thing because, long story short, Torchlight 3 was actually supposed to be a live service MMO, a multi-platform MMO called Torchlight Frontiers. They later changed it to Torchlight 3 due to fan feedback, and it just seemed like they were trying to just get the game out, get it done, and end things early, and I don't know. I don't know why things went the way they did with Torchlight 3. But anyway, Torchlight 3 is one of the most unique experiences in an action RPG I've personally ever had. It's a lot of fun. It has amazing combat. It has a variety of classes, and the classes are very weird. Cool thing about it is any class in the game can use any weapon, so you can make all kinds of different builds. And then not to mention with their system where you choose like an artifact path or whatever in the beginning, you can do all kinds of crazy combinations with the different classes because they also have you pick a trait or special artifact skill or artifact that you want to use in the beginning. I don't remember the exact name of these things, so I'm calling them artifacts. I could be very wrong with that, but it's like a skill path that you pick for the classes at the very beginning. And there's like an ice-based one, a Dark Knight style like Blood Drinker one, and stuff like that. And you can use any of these with the class combinations that they give you. And like I said, the game has player housing. It has social hubs in it. It has full-on support for up to 6 players, online, of course. There is so much you can do with this game. And not to mention, it has a fully voice-acted story in it. The storyline's complete, the campaign's complete, and stuff like that. And there is an everlasting endgame. The endgame is built of a system called Fazir's Dungeons, and it's basically just randomly generated dungeons that give you an never-ending loot grind. So, even though the game does not, receive support or anything anymore, it's kind of built, to where you can play it for a long period of time if you want to, especially because the game's end game was already built and complete and built on a system that has randomly generated dungeons. Well, what else can give you more dungeon variety than a system that builds randomly generated dungeons? You can't beat that. I'm just saying, guys, and just putting that out there. Like I said, I know there's probably some rough opinions out there about Torchlight 3, and I know there's probably going to be a lot of people that comment on this video saying Torchlight 2 is a much better game, and I'm not going to disagree with you. Torchlight 2 is an amazing game, but like I said, this is, something closer to probably that Path of Exile or Diablo 4 experience that you might be looking for. And like I said, the game didn't receive all the support and love that was supposed to. This game deserved way more and could have been, a much bigger and more ambitious project. But the way the game was left, you can play it and, have a good time with it for a very long period of time. Hundreds of hours. And best of all, it's not even a $60 game. It's like a $30 or $40 game, and it goes on sale all the time. Like the last time I saw it on sale, it was early 10 or 15 bucks. Hell, it might even be on sale right now by the time you're watching this video. But anyway, guys, do you want to check out Torchlight 3 on Switch or Switch 2? Let me know down in the comments below. Y'all enjoyed today's video? Smash that like. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace out. Have a good one.